Hey, good evening, man, and thank you for jumping on. A massive welcome to tonight's call. Man, I'm super excited to be here. I'm excited because tonight, what I'm going to be sharing with you around is just a little bit of my vision with how I'm going to be working your programs and your training and your goals all in together. Now, look, if you're watching this video, obviously you're part of the Next Level Coaching Program, which thank you, super excited. And I love that you guys choose me to be your coach. And one of the things that I always try to do along with you guys, we're all about just being 1% better. And definitely that's what I'm constantly looking at for your programs. It's not so much as just about, right, okay, this is what your program is for the next, 8 to 12 weeks, which it's important to have our cycles through our programming like that. But it's also a matter of going, okay, well, when there's little speed bumps that happen, whether it's travel or there could be some injuries that happen, what does that look like and how can I combat that moving forward? Because here's what I know, team, is that life is full of challenges. Life is full of ups and downs. There's the highs, there's the lows, there's the we just get in and get it done. And that's what happens. But man, what you would have seen is you would have seen that, I'm offering a, 14-day, 1% better program to the men that are in, my Facebook group to basically say, hey, come on in and see what all of the hype is about. Now, with them, they will be able to choose what type of program they want, just one program. And because I know that there's some men that train outdoors. There's some men that do train at the gym. There's other men that only do calisthenics at the park. There's all these different types of training. And as a coach, it's my role and responsibility to find out what best suits them and go from there because I know that men need men. Men need a community that's going to help them grow, succeed, thrive, and obviously get 1% better every single day. So, men, when I look at this, like, with your programs, I've had lots of conversations, excuse me, with you around personalizing and changing some aspects of your programs because I know that it's not a one model fits all at all. Like, I like to individualize, aspects of your program. There is also so much equipment within the gym that's just your stock standard equipment. Not every gym, like when I have a look at my gyms as such that I train at, there's one gym that has every single piece of equipment under the sun. Do I personally like training there? Not really, because it's such a big place. It's so busy. It's not my favorite gym. My favorite gym that I love to train at, it's actually a much smaller gym. There's less pieces of equipment. I have to do a lot more barbell and dumbbell work because that's just what there is in terms of what's definitely available. They still have your basics of machines there, but they don't have this particular lat type of machine or this particular row type or shoulder or chest. They've just got sort of your basics in there, and that's okay. So, um, so basically, man, what the purpose of offering these different types of programs are is to be able to give some options in there. Now, some of the things that I know that you need to hear, I need to hear this as well, is we do need to give ourselves active recovery. And what I mean by that is we don't have to be smashing the weights every single day. If we are there smashing the weights every single day, then what that does is it actually doesn't allow our adrenal system to our nervous system to have a break. It doesn't allow that. And we need to make sure that we can give our body the rest that it needs. We need to make sure as well that we're giving our brain and our body the sleep that it needs. So it all works so well together. For example, I knew that I was teaching a class which is an extremely physical class. today at 9:15. I would normally get up to go to CrossFit at 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, I got up at 4:15 and my body was just saying, not this morning, Andrew. Like, your back's sore. I actually had a headache. Like, I was just there going, you know what? I need some more sleep. I went back to sleep for 2 hours, got up feeling fresh as could be. Now, what does that tell me? That was feedback from my body saying that I actually needed a little bit more sleep. Now, please keep it in mind here, my mindset of that type of thinking is very different to someone who is first starting out or just getting back into it. If that's where you're at, you need to be organized and you actually need to go, you know what, I need to just get moving. Because the reality is that, you do your first 7 days, you feel good. You start to head into the next 7 days, it starts to get a little bit sluggish. By the time you're starting to hit day 15 to day 21, then you're looking at 21 to 28, like you start to go, oh, like, this is actually really hard. Keeping consistency is really hard. Getting up and telling myself I can do this is really hard. And this is where we need flexibility that comes around programming. So, what I'm really excited to share with you is that there's going to be various programs that are available for you men to have a look at, um, and I can easily pop them, in your workout schedule. You can also easily change them around. That's no problem at all. So when I look at like the top styles of training for 2025, and I've been doing a lot of research around this, like what's sort of the hottest phase right now, but also what is it that people are liking because they're getting results? Well, strength training, is still the number one because why? Like it builds that raw power, it increases the muscle mass in our body, strengthens our bones. We look at strength training as well. It raises testosterone naturally in the body as well. It's that's why people are strength training. Strong foundation for every type of movement. Within strength training, you'll be learning how to do a correct bench press, how to do a correct deadlift, um, a squat, all those basics of moves there. Um, so obviously there'll be strength training programs which are still available. There'll be hypertrophy training programs which is really sold out on building muscle, which is focusing on the development of muscle, um, and obviously making sure that as we develop the physique, that we develop it symmetrically as well, making sure that you're not going to have, the right side that's stronger than the left side. But, these types of benefits come around, like boosting your metabolism, it improves your confidence. And what it also does is it also adds, lean mass to your body as well. Excuse me, guys. The third that comes into play, let me just double check my notes. Uh, metabolic conditioning. High intensity workouts combine strength and cardio. Rapid fat loss, improve endurance, and time efficient sessions. Excuse me, team. So these are really popular as well. Often these would be, referred to as the high intensity training or your HIIT training as such. That's what I've always, called them in programming there. Fourth is coming into mobility and flexibility training. So a lot of us, and me too, we do neglect the mobility aspect and really focus in on improving our posture. This will help this will help benefit our performance. There can be things from foam rolling, from stretching. It could be some yoga-like moves, some Pilates. What this does as well is it reduces pain in our body. It allows our body to recover, but also it lowers the injury risk in there as well. So that's the thing as well that we just need to remember also. Then we come into cardiovascular training, so improving your heart health, non-negotiable, low intensity, and then also some high intensity. So what that does is it takes it from that zone two into hit, so into the high intensity. So this focuses on improving that stamina, going low to high, focuses recovery, longevity. And what this actually does, this for the heart here, this actually reduces, excuse me, this actually reduces the disease possibility, like cardiovascular disease, by pushing this level of training as well. And basically, team, like the last one that comes into play there is the recovery and recovery and regeneration training, which is basically, we're here looking at the ice baths, breathwork, yoga, restorative sessions that are focused on performance essentials. This just really helps reduce stress, burnout in the body, and it also does actually help accelerate growth. So, there's sort of the main types of programs in there that are going to be specific, that are going to be available for you. Yes, I have been talking about the Butte program, developing a great bum, because that's really big as well and really popular. And it's not just because everyone wants to have a great tush on them. It's also because it helps reduce back pain. And when you've got strong glutes, you've got strong hip flexors, you've got strong legs, and you've also got a strong midsection, because when you look at it, you're going from basically shoulders down to your knees, focusing on that lower body, that midsection there as well. So that's going to help you stand tall, run fast, play hard in life. That's what I always like to say. So, man, I'm super excited to be doing these and to just be giving these extra options there for you, because I want you to become your best. Once again, it's that 1% every single day. That's what the focus is. And basically, with this being the case there, then there's absolutely no reason why, you can't achieve your goals, but even achieve them quicker. Because what we need to make sure is that we're not burning out. We need to make sure that, excuse me, we need to make sure that, we're using the recovery time in there and the different styles of recovery to really benefit us as a man. So that way we're able to play hard personally, professionally, and also, to be our best version of ourselves. So there's so many men, and I've been speaking with a number of them actually, especially since my post went out there, who are stuck. Like they're stuck in one lane. And basically they're there going, I'm neglecting this aspect. I know that I need to do this. I know that I need to do that. I'll be really real with you. The biggest thing that most men are neglecting is up here. They're not allowing themselves to be part of a community who want to do better. That's a big thing. They're not allowing that to happen. They might they might tell themselves things like, "Oh, look, it's not worth the money. I can just get these programs on Google." Absolutely, you can get absolutely everything on Google. But what you can't get on Google is the connection. What you can't get from Google is that connection and that one-on-one or that friendship aspect. I know that so many of you know each other. You've either met in the flesh, you've been a part of this journey for some time. That's what you can't get from Google. The other thing that you can't get from Google is that real sense of belonging and knowing, what, like this is super cool. There's been a few of you and also men here in Australia that have been part of different fitness groups that I have had the absolute blessing of meeting, and it's incredible. Like it really just absolutely sings to my heart to think that it's like, hey, like I met you in the virtual world and here we are in the physical world, we are physically meeting and going, wow, this is super cool. And this is what fitness does, is fitness brings like-minded people together. Because the thing is who trains at the gym? People who are dedicated, people who are driven, people who believe that them investing in a gym membership, that they're worth it. What are the types of people that don't go to the gym? People who have a story about it. Oh, only fit people go to the gym. Only people go to the gym when they want to hook up. Like the number of people that have told me that they don't want to go to the gym because or their partner believes that they're going to hook up, and I'm like, are you for real? You're all sweaty and smelly and stinky, and that ain't happening. Like, like who goes to the gym as well? People who are outcome focused, that have a goal that they want to achieve and they want to bring out their best self. Like, who wouldn't want to be around people like that? Now, I'm not saying that you go and have to have, massive conversations with every single one of them. Not at all. Over time, you might start to just get to know some people and connect with them and all those different types of things. But, man, what I'm saying is that what you choose to put into this will be what you get out of it. I'll say that again. What you choose to put into this will be what you get out of it. And for some of you, you've been neglecting yourself for long enough, and it's about time that you say, right, I'm doing this because I'm worth it. And one of the things, man, I put this in the 14-day 1% better program. And I did. I've had a few people say to me, they said, oh, I used to do this, a similar program and it was free. And I said, yeah. And who did I get in those programs? There was a lot of people who were like, oh, that sounds amazing. But because they didn't physically have a buy-in for it, a few bucks, like honestly, $7 Australian is like $5 US. It's like a cup of coffee. But because there wasn't that physical buy-in, then basically what happened was that people's word and their commitment was loose. So I was there going, right, I'm going to actually physically charge something, and it's $7. It's small. Okay? It's not a lot of money in the big picture for what it is that's going to be delivered. But it's something that says, right, I'm invested in this and I believe in myself. Because they're the types of men that I want to work with. All of you men have invested in yourself. They're the types of men that I want to work with. And men, yourself, when you are paying for something every single week, you know that you're going to do it, because if not, it's a waste. It is an absolute waste. And you know that, like, there's either two choices when there's waste. You can either cancel it and give up, or you can go, you know what, I'm going to make this so it's not waste, and I'm going to knuckle down, do the hard work, because I know that the outcome that comes from that is I'm a better version of me. I'm stronger. I'm more capable. That's what comes from it. So anyway, man, I'm going to leave it there. I'm super excited for all these new programs that are coming out. I will be booking calls with you guys to just make sure that things are on track with where it all needs to be. And yeah, we will go from there. So happy Monday, man. Have an amazing, amazing day ahead of you, or night, I should say. If you're here in Australia, have an amazing day ahead of you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you.